The question of data, if it's not done wisely, then it can actually increase inequality and disparities.
For good or bad, data has become sort of the fundamental ingredient of the way that we approach almost everyday life online and our interactions with our mobile devices and websites.
We're only going to solve the great challenges of development in this century if we make sure that those tools are used to ensure that no one is left behind.
The challenge is how do we connect that revolution to the social sector organizations to be able to use that to help improve the delivery of services.
Many times developing countries can actually take advantage of many of these technologies without the burden of legacy. We saw that in wireless for sure.
There are lots of organizations that are collecting data, and so the problem is not that getting data in the sense of generating it. The problem is how to make it actionable. And to do that, you have to think very hard about building a network and then what the structure of that network is.
My moonshot is really around how do we get the philanthropic sector as a sector to move together to think about data, to take a one sector approach.
This is a flotilla, many smaller organizations, and funders have a very important role to play in terms of aligning incentives. So if foundations thought about how do you fund the flotilla? How do you make sure everybody gets enough of that general operations pie to make it worth actually collaborating, sailing in the same direction, exchanging information, and aiming for collective impact?
There is a need for some kind of international, a global, a newly imagined data institute which sets these new principles on how data should further the public good.
If you ask a small NGO or a small organization to be able to work their way through that, it's very difficult. So the idea that Rockefeller could take this as an area, help develop some of those tools, make them available, help groups learn how to do that, is really a potentially transformational idea.